Hey there guys, Demo73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage for today. Today is the second to last spoiler article for Curse of the Frozen Casket. We have light, water, and fire cards, so let's just jump right in. So first off, we have Glorious, the Silver Knight. He is a 6/7 human with quick cast for 2 white and 1 colorless. So this is our second quick cast resonator. Our last one was pretty impactful and Melfi. Glorious is the same way. Because when he enters the field, you destroy target J/resonator that dealt damage this turn. So, did that creature attack? Cool, Glorious can kill it. That is massive, especially since he also targets J/resonators. This is a huge way to be able to just say, you know, no thank you, and just kill something outright. For only 3 costs is very, very good. Plus you get a creature in the process. And for 1 red, you can plus 200 his attack and give him first strike until the end of the turn. And this can be stacked multiple times, so you can make him potentially really, really huge if you have a lot of will left over in the upkeep. So this card is amazing. I definitely am very hyped about it. I think it gives white a lot of power, and I definitely think that it is going to be a very interesting and important card in the upcoming meta. Also, this Excalibur, though, that he's carrying, interesting. So we move on to Glorious's Summoned Soldier, his backup. His 2-drop 6/6 Heroic Spirit. When another J/resonator enters your field, it gains plus 200 until the end of the turn. I think this is really only good in Swiftness decks. Getting in 200 defense and 200 attack is great when you enter, but then you can't do anything with it unless you have Swiftness, so I think that's pretty mediocre. But hey, Swiftness decks, red-white Swiftness or something like that, can definitely see this card. Make use of it. I have Escape from Crisis, 1-drop quick cast as well. It is recover target attacked or blocking resonator, prevent the next damage that would be dealt to it this turn. So if I have a tapped creature and it gets attacked, I can use this on it. If I chose to block with something, I can use it on it. Or if they target attack me or something, then I can, you know, use this on it to prevent the next damage anyway. This is a pretty good card. I think it's okay. I don't think it's amazing. But for only a 1 cost, being able to protect something and essentially maybe even suicide their creature into yours, instead of doing a trade, I definitely think that's valid. So, pretty interesting stuff. Next up, we have Cheshire Cat, Guide to the Mysterious World. 2-drop 6/6, not a reprint, definitely not, but it's a very unique ability. So, she can gain Flying, First Strike, Swiftness, and Precision if there are cards in the removed game that were removed by her ability that have those skills. And she also gains +1/+1 for each card in any removed area that she removed. So she can kind of manipulate her own stats and get a bonus for using her effect. And her effect is to choose for 0, then you can choose 1, and it's played during either player's turn, once per turn. Take a card from your hand and put it into the RFG zone, or take a card from your RFG zone that she removed and put it back in your hand. So remember, you can manipulate this. So remember, you can use this during either player's turn to manipulate, bump up her attack, keep a card protected, or something else like that. Like, hey, your opponent's going to play a discard spell, and you want to make sure that they don't hit a specific card. Okay, cool. Well, Cheshire Cat can remove it from your hand and then bring it back next turn. So that's pretty cool. A kind of dimensional ability definitely is in there in the effect. So interesting to see where this card ends up in the meta. Definitely not as like, oh my goodness, it's so good like original Cheshire Cat, but I definitely think it has some potential. And we have the Stargazing Fortune Teller, 1-drop 1/5 with an ability of 2 blue and 1 colorless, and tap to draw a card. Man, that ability costs too much. She dies to Thunder, she dies to a lot of different stuff, and 3 cost and tap I think is too much of an expense. 2-drop and tap, I would buy it. 3-drop and no tap, that would be fine. But this is just too much, I think, to make this card any kind of relevant whatsoever outside of maybe sealed. Then we have the Return to Moon Were-Rabbit. It is 2 cost 5/6, so pretty okay stats. When this card enters your field, you can put a target addition on top of its opponent's deck. So not only does this form as a form of removal, but it also kind of time walks your opponent in the sense that they don't get to see any new cards during their next turn. So that can be really good, especially if you're already kind of at an advantage. You can kind of lock them out and kind of put them even further behind. So pretty good card. And lastly, we have Sacred Radiant Soul, 1-drop or 3-drop, run red to colorless edition. When it enters the field, it damages something for 700 damage, and you can bestow it for 1 red to give that resonator a +2/+2 buff. So it's a little bit of a spot removal spell plus some bonuses to your attacks, which I think can be really, really strong. So I think this is a pretty decent card for red, especially in the limited format, because spot removal is going to be a limited, ability, and it's only 1 red, so it's not too color restricting. I definitely think that there's lots of options there. So that's all we have for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and share out the video. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.